Alright, after a bit of a hiatus, we are back with Iron Kingdoms. Hooray!
Yay!
Whoa!
My tabletop addiction.
I know, it's been so long.
I'm withdrawal.
At
I've
any
been
rate,
twitching at my computer for a week now.
alright, so when we last left off, Rostov's Irregulars had been trekking through the Thornwood. Again, they were escorting some archaeologists to a dig site, a potential dig site, where they're hoping to recover a lost relic of Morrow's. They had been attacked by Tharn a couple of times, kicked their asses pretty handily, although the second was a little dicey, but not too dicey. They came to the area where they were expecting to find the dig site, and in fact there were ruins there, but there was also an entire Trollkin village.
And I confused the crap out of their chief.
I wouldn't say confused the crap out of it. They sort of looked and said, huh,
So that thing exists.
not a Tharn.
Oh,
Like, wait, you're a Satixi? What? Not.
Whatever that is.
the Tixie says what? What?
And Rook managed to convince them not to, kill you guys.
An admirable conclusion.
That was personable. It was a great strain on me.
Yeah. You guys managed to get the right to stay in a sort of off to the side of the village and to explore the ruins, because they honestly haven't bothered with them, because as far as they're concerned, they're haunted. In exchange, you guys have agreed to help them out in some small ways. If in case like the Tharn attack, you're supposed to help. Rook has agreed to help their smith a bit, because since he apparently knows what he's doing with a jack, he probably knows a bit more about smithing than their smith does. Him being all city like.
I got edumacated.
Certainly did.
So, you have set up camp in a clearing off to the side. Well, it's all one big clearing. Honestly, the clearing is much larger than the map would indicate. Almost like the Trollkin cleared it out a bit, so they could actually finish building their village here. The map you have is a little bit out of date. Let's just put it that way. And you are
Dark and Dangerous Wood not being 100% accurate, I call shenanigans.
And so you guys are in the village. Just outside the village. And there are a bunch of Trollkin wandering around. You do see a couple of full-blooded trolls moving through moving around doing stuff. Some of them are most of the time you see them, they're sort of ordered around and are doing sort of heavy lifting stuff. Although they are not happy about it. They're doing Eric, you're fairly certain they're doing it because they know they're going to be fed.
Yeah.
On the plus side, they do not have a dire troll.
Yeah, that would be, tough.
They probably wouldn't need our help to defend themselves if they did.
Well, it depends it depends on what the Thorn bring to the field, and if they are actually being backed by the druids.
Also, a dire troll would just be prohibitive to keep fed unless you're in constant combat.
That's the big thing. And they're not. They're very happy not being in constant combat. They much prefer it that way. I mean, they'll fight if they have to. But, at any rate, that is the current situation. What are you guys doing? It is getting, at this point after you guys have done setting up, it's getting on towards evening, because you arrive sort of mid-afternoon, and it's taking you some time to actually set up camp and such.
This is the day I've not slept, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I am probably working rather hard to make sure that camp gets set up.
I guess that I will speak with the what's his name? the head of the expedition.
Oh, right.
And,
Professor Galinari, Brother Galinari.
Brother Galinari, I will speak with him to check to see what he is planning on doing, basically.
Oh,
I'm just going to be following Rostov, acting as a guard.
all right. Well, you approach Brother Galinari as he sort of, he has finished sort of getting his people to set up his tent and such. And he says, Lieutenant, how can I help you?
I was wishing to speak with you to determine work schedule.
Indeed. I wouldn't I don't think we should go into the ruins tonight. It's dark. We've been on the march for a while. It'd be good to get a good night's rest, and then I think go exploring in the morning.
One of my men appears to need sleep anyway.
Well, that's good. They should do that then. I would recommend I would hesitate to give you advice on this sort of thing since you're the professional soldier here and I'm not. But as helpful as these Trollkins seem to be, I would probably post watches just in case. Although they seem to be at least they don't want to kill us.
It does appear that way, but I understand your desire for caution.
Yeah. But yeah, tomorrow I was hoping we could venture, at least explore part of the ruins. I don't know how deep they go. It looks like the upper floors of this building are in shambles, so I doubt we'll find anything up there. Odds are, from what I've managed to read, it looks like the artifact we're after is probably down in the lower levels.
I am assuming you will desire escort into ruins.
I would appreciate it, but we did hire you to act as bodyguards. Your entire group wouldn't have to come if they don't want to, but
It would probably be a bit crowded.
that is up to you, though.
Very well. We will.
I will leave it to your discretion to determine appropriate levels of security.
Very well. All right. Back to the camp. I guess we'll just do our usual watches, which I think was Rook at the start.
Yeah.
I'll take the mill shift, don't worry.
Okay.
I should probably go check out the smith before we settle down for the night.
All right.
Yeah, and then
When we
Rostov and
remember what
Lucero
their,
are last shift.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Rook, you wander. You can tell where you can tell where the smith is.
No, I can't. There's no smokestacks or
Right.
or anything happening.
Yeah. He's actually working. Actually, is it a he? Let me check my notes. It might be a female Trollkin. I forget. Let me check my notes. Actually, no. It's male. The blacksmith is male. Crap. I forgot to name the blacksmith. Give me 1 second. I can name the blacksmith very quickly.
Chester Snapdragon McFisticuffs.
That seems
Jim
like
Power.
That is way too regular of a name to be used. I'm sorry.
Jim Power.
Max power, and I'll give you a slight pass.
All right.
Slab beefcake.
Check. Large, huge.
Smash lamp jaw.
I was actually doing that in Shadowrun.
All right. Well,
Because
you, Eric, you approach the where the smith is working. He's got a most of his sort of smithy area is sort of open air. But,
Right.
His forge has got shelter because in case it rains.
Right.
And he's got a smaller work area in sort of in that area, but his main work thing is outside, just outside of it. He is a positively massive Trollkin. He's probably close to 7 feet tall and immensely broad-shouldered.
Gotcha.
Well, he looks like a smith, honestly.
He's a big one.
Yeah. And he's currently at his anvil, working on what looks like a sword of some sort. You can hear the ringing of the hammer, which is one of the ways you can find one of the many ways you can find him easily.
Welcome to Subtlety Smithy.
Smiths are not quiet when they're working. Anyways, as you approach, he's sort of, he's sort of hammering away, and he sort of glances up. Hits another beat, picks the sword up, off the anvil, nods and quenches it. So, you're the city troll, huh?
Yeah, I guess part of the deal is I'm supposed to help you out when I'm not busy over at the camp.
Right. Yeah. Well, I can always use an extra pair of hands. Name's Corlar.
I'm Rook.
Right. He sort of, scratches his head a little bit. Well, got a bunch of things I'm working on, mostly repair work. Pretty much done with that sword for the day, but if you want to pitch in on any of the repair work here, feel free. Or if you got any suggestions, I'm always one. Honestly, you how much of the work, how much of that jack is yours?
It's built entirely out of scrap parts. Other wrecked jacks and like.
Frugal. I approve.
Well, he gets the job done.
That's all that matters, honestly. Why don't you work on those breastplates and such?
All right.
You probably know a bit more about working with armor than I do.
I've done a bit.
Right. I'm gonna see if I can get these spearheads straightened out.
Yeah, so I'll spend a couple hours till it's time for dinner working on the breastplates.
Sure. Yeah, there's a bunch of spears that look like they've been heavily used, let's just put it that way. And they need fixing.
Wonder by what?
A couple of them look like the tips have been bent.
Mm.
Which is one of those, these spears are pretty fucking massive. You're guessing
As though they were thrown by a troll.
Yeah, that'd be your guess.
They're made of rock. How do you bend that?
No, the spearheads are metal. Honestly, Eric,
Bayphone. That's how you bend rock.
Right. Eric?
Yo.
The one thing you're noting is they've got a fair bit of metal here. I mean, it's not, like, impossible for them to get metal, but
right.
More than you would probably expect.
You guys have a mine around here or something?
Nah, most of it's, most of this we got in either, some of it we gotten from salvage off of, folks we've beaten who've intruded on our territory.
Right.
And a bunch of it we traded too. Got a couple people, a couple of us do occasional trips out to a nearby town and trade stuff, game and the like, and other curiosities that we found, when beating up people here in the woods who've intruded on our territory. Stuff we can't use.
Fair enough.
Yeah. God, we got a bunch of stuff trading off bits of some weird-looking jack that we beat up a while back.
We're looking how? A jack's a jack.
This one was weird, man. At least the parts I was looking at, I didn't see it directly in operation. But the bits they brought in, I looked at it, I was like, I can't do anything with this shit.
Right.
Weird. It was like, all sort of black and weird. Had weird, like, claw things on the arm bit that I was looking at.
That's fucking stupid. Can't hold anything if the damn thing's a big fucking claw.
I don't know.
It's not an effective weapon. It's just sticking a fucking gun or something on it. Who builds a jack like that?
I don't know. Whatever it was, they beat the crap out of it, so I ain't gonna argue. But anyways, they traded it off to some folks from some bloody Signarans. Paid a pretty penny for it. Well, penny. By penny, I mean boatload of metal and equipment and shit. It's a good deal.
Yeah, this one's got money, I'll say that.
And they make some pretty good stuff. I mean, their armor ain't up to Kadoran standards, but
this shit's too fiddly. mean,
good
when it's
guns.
working, it's great, but you spend so much time on maintenance on the damn fucking things.
Hey, they make good guns.
Yeah, fair enough.
Most of our firearms came from them. Anyways, the two of you continue to banter like that for a while. That's the only real info you get out of him, though.
Right.
He basically doesn't leave the village very often.
Right. Well, he's busy hammering things.
Yes! He does pretty good work. I mean, honestly, his weapons are crude, but very solidly made, it looks like. Like, the sword he's finishing is not pretty by any stretch of the imagination. But it's big, looks like it's got good heft to it, and it looks pretty well balanced. And it looks like
So
it'll
what
hold
you're
it
saying
in.
is he builds like Rook does, which is, who cares how it looks as long as it does its job.
Right.
Gotcha.
I mean, he's not formally trained by any stretch of the imagination.
Wouldn't that just be... I assume that's how trolls would smith things in this setting. Living in the woods and such.
Depends entirely on if they've actually had opportunity to learn from anybody.
Right.
Like, a city troll who moved back into the woods who'd studied with an actual smith would probably still use those techniques.
Mm.
There are plenty of city trolls who do move back to do leave the cities every now and then. However insane that would sound to Rook. But yeah, other than that, you guys do get at the camp. You occasionally get a few like younger trollkin wandering by, sort of looking at you guys with curiosity, but not really. Occasionally sketching a wave, but moving on.
Well, Sarah especially, I imagine.
Actually, most of what they're sort of they're most intrigued by is honestly Lugnut, who is setting their power down at the moment, so they're not actually even remotely worried by it. The younger trollkin don't see Jax very often. Let's just put it that way.
Well, ones that aren't trying to kill you. This is the Thornwood.
Well, yes, but I said the younger ones, the ones who don't like go out
Right.
with the raiding parties.
Right.
Everyone at the camp should give me a perception check, though.
Alright.
Perception or detection?
Detection, yes. If you don't have the detection skill, just perception, obviously. But I believe all.
I may as well not.
Is Rostov at the camp?
Is that good enough, Peter?
Probably.
19.
I am.
Sucks. You're terrible.
Alright, I'm spending a feat point to boost it.
Yep.
It's a good thing you boosted it.
Well, everyone but Lasser notices that there are a couple of trollkin sort of who are standing there sort of off to the side. They're very clearly keeping an eye on you guys, but they're not like doing anything particularly hostile. They're sort of it's like they're basically like they're
Don't do anything stupid. We got our eyes on you.
pretty much. Although one of them definitely is there are two of them, as I said. One sort of just looks like an archetypical sort of guard. The other is sort of a taller, lankier sort. He's sort of got an air of sort of a hunter about him to a certain degree, and he's the harder of the two to notice that he's actually watching you guys. He's doing a very good job at looking like he's doing something else. Skitch, your role is good enough to notice that he is actually carrying concealed weapons, which is something you've not noticed any other trollkin doing in the camp.
Huh.
Or honestly, you really can't think of any trollkin who do that.
Yeah, exactly. A trollkin who's carrying concealed weapons.
He's a trollkin hitman.
That
Which is a terrifying concept. Let me just say this right now.
no, that's not a terribly that's not a terribly off conclusion. The first person I'll alert this to is I take it that Rook is not around right now.
Nope, he's working at the Smith right now.
So I'll talk to Rostov about this. Just kind of mentions like noting that particular trollkin, and then disclosing, it's like, Lieutenant, that particular trollkin appears to be possessing weapons that he's concealing from others.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that he's got like hidden sort of wrist sheaths and such, and he doesn't look armed, but looking at him, you're like, uh-huh.
Yes, he doesn't look armed, but he's clearly armed.
Really?
He doesn't
Yes.
look armed, but he's clearly dangerous.
How strange.
Indeed. Just as a refresher, does he look like he belongs as part of this group here, or no?
Honestly, he has. He looks like. He doesn't look like he doesn't belong. He's a trollkin.
Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely something about him that's a little bit different. He honestly reminds you of some trolls you've seen in Five Fingers to a certain degree.
Right.
Maybe he left the city and came out here at some point.
Right. I'm not sure if pursuing or keeping an eye on him would be best for now, but let's just say that something doesn't sit right about him.
And I suppose we will watch out for him.
I say be observant and only intervene if a threat seems to appear.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping to conclusions and taking action too soon could draw more attention to us than we would want to have while we're here.
Exactly.
Yes.
I assume that I'm hearing this conversation since I'm with Rostov.
Yes. Oh, yes.
All right.
I help point out the particular trollkin to Lasser. We gotta share it with.
Takes me a few moments.
Well, it's not that
What
you can't.
troll? Where?
No, it's not that you can't see the troll. It's that he's done a very good. The role was to see if you could actually tell that he was actually watching you guys.
Right.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, Lasser, he's just sort of sitting there, sort of leaning up against like a rock or something like that, sort of like looking out into the woods.
I think he's got the right idea. I'm gonna sit down.
Honestly, he seems to be very relaxed and very casual. Yeah, Sketch, actually, with your role, I forget if... Give me a straight perception roll, Sketch.
Just a straight straight perception roll. Got
I
it.
think so. I think that's what I'm gonna
Okay. Is that's still boosted though,
do.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just I don't get to add in the
The skill bonus.
right. Okay. That would be just a 3d6 plus 5 then. 16, and if it counts, it's a crit.
Yeah, that would definitely count. If you're low in feat points, that would count.
Yeah, that's all that would really matter in this case. I would take it.
Just double checking to make sure there's any a skill that would actually apply to what I want here. I guess
Right.
detection might actually count.
That would just make it an 18. So
Yeah, actually, the detection would count. It would
Right.
definitely. So it's an 18 effectively. All right. Honestly, giving him sort of a second sort of look over sketch.
Mhm.
Honestly, he really carries himself the way you've seen sort of the sort of. Honestly, he sort of carries himself kind of. He has this sort of relaxed pose. You've seen a lot of very confident hitmen and such that you've seen in town.
right. So
He's a
basically,
professional cutter.
Right.
Is what
Yeah,
he is.
exactly.
right. He has the poise. He has the sense of looking out for odd things or things that might be of importance for him. He has sort of the maneuvers of someone who is a hitman,
Who's not currently working.
who's not currently working, but a hitman. The only reason why hitman isn't working is that no one has hired them yet. I would
Right.
say. Otherwise, they're still in that same mode. They're just, not being paid.
He basically he's got that. He's very relaxed, but it looks like he could basically spring to action at a moment's notice if need be.
Mhm.
Basically, But yeah, other than that, you guys don't really notice anything until it's time for you guys, eat. So at about that time, Rook wanders back over after having spent a few hours doing smithing.
Mm-hmm.
I plop down on whatever seating is available.
I provide Rook with either a beverage or a smoke, or both. As he plumps down, it's
The
like,
correct answer is both.
yes. And Gillis remarks, so how much did he work you there?
Not much. Mostly just fixing old fucked up brass plates and the shit.
Brass plates. Does anyone around really wear them that much?
You notice a few of the guards are wearing them. They're not wearing a lot of, like metal armor, but a lot of the guards do have armor. A couple of the chief's bodyguards have, like, actual legit body armor. Like, actually, rather good-looking stuff.
Right. You notice anything unusual while we were working on this stuff, Rook?
I was talking with the smith a bit. He's a bit of a bumpkin, but he knows his shit. They, yeah, apparently some sort of jack wandered by and they put it down a while back, some sort of big clawed thing. Who puts claws on a fucking jack?
Does that sound at all like any of the Satixi Jacks to me?
The Crix, yes, it very well.
That sounds exactly like a Slayer is what that sounds like.
Yes! It doesn't sound like a warjack, it sounds like a helljack.
Ah. Well, I will mention that.
I wonder what...
Like Crix? What the fuck is Crix doing out in the middle of the woods so far from the ghost?
That actually is a very good question. I mean, I don't deny that. I don't deny the assessment. It's just...
Also, considering that I'm a warcaster, I imagine I would know what the point of that claw is.
It's a rather nasty weapon, actually.
It's for tearing things apart.
Okay. Alright, I'll just straight up say it's for thrashing stuff.
Crix is weird.
For tearing things apart, Lisa.
Actually, I can even provide... In fact, I will. Hang on one second.
It's picture time.
Yep, you guys are getting a picture.
Cool.
What a Slayer looks like.
Yay!
I take it you're putting it on the title screen?
Yes, I will be.
Okay.
Actually.
As he puts a picture of Sarah Michelle Gellar up.
There we are.
One chuckle, one snort.
just-
I can work with
I'll
that.
just make it large so it shows up easily.
Yeah, there we are.
And
Ooh,
so
that's pretty.
that is what a Slayer Helljack looks like.
I'm guessing that's a rather fast jack.
For a jack, yes. It is a heavy jack. It is big. It is, but for a jack, it is very fast and incredibly skilled. It's got one of the highest. It's got remarkably high mat for a jack.
Yeah, for a non-character jack, it's pretty damn good at its job.
So it's faster than all the heavies. Is it faster than all the lights?
No,
No,
Okay.
not at all. It's
Okay.
about the same speed as most mainland lake jacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also breakable.
yeah, it is also more fragile than most most heavy
Yeah,
jacks.
it's like yeah, it's fast. Okay, that means it's not as sturdy.
Yeah, it is not a K-Doran jack, but it is accurate and hits pretty hard.
It seems like there's a sliding scale of speed versus durability as you go from north to south.
To a degree, yeah. But yeah, the Slayer, just as a note, yeah, it's speed 6, mat 7,
Damn.
defense 13, armor 17, and
This
its claws are power plus strength 16.
Yeah, but it's got the combo strike, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. If you know,
I like how I have this. I like how it's as dodgy as I am.
yeah, it can
They're
set.
light on their chicken feet.
Yep. It is called a Slayer Helljack for the people in the chat and watching the recording. Slayer, S-L-A-Y-E-R. It is very cool. I really like the way the Slayer looks.
Yeah, it's even got horns.
which you can use tusks really,
yeah,
but
with your tusky or tusking things.
yeah, it can actually make 3 attacks in a round
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
Without
nasty.
spending focus.
without spending focus. Yes, that's the important bit. They're terrifying. At
So
any
it's
rate,
just like me,
I'll take
a heavily
it.
armored flighty attack spammer.
yeah, basically.
I'm a tribute to my people if I weren't a traitor.
Honestly, Crix is a lot about mobility and speed. Weirdly, given that they're the undead faction.
That's what sets them apart.
Yes, the big, slow, tough guys is Kador. And the dwarves to a degree, but even the dwarves don't have anything on Kador when it comes to toughness on their jacks.
I imagine theirs have a higher emphasis on boom.
I don't know much about the relic jacks, honestly.
But at any rate, we should.
Anyway, back to game.
I imagine at this point, Lysera is just kind of excitedly describing the jacks of her homeland.
Yeah. Honestly, they're from what you're describing, they all sound remarkably creepy and unpleasant. And a fair number of them have like corrosive attacks too.
I not
Yeah.
pleasantly as I add something to my tea that I'm drinking at that moment.
I'm just going to say that she has kind of a fangirlish squee to her voice as she's describing all this stuff because she's just a nerd about this.
That's cool. At any rate, it gets on towards evening, and it's getting late. When you guys do hear a commotion out from the edge, sort of the edge of the clearing, out near the path, and you notice there are a lot of Trollkin heading off that way. And the warlock has let a few of the trolls out of the pen and is basically effectively dragging them with him.
Wonder what that's about.
That has my interest.
Fuck.
Oh, right, I'm
What
supposed to
is
be
it?
using a voice for this character.
What's wrong, Brooke?
Looks like there might be trouble.
All right.
That's an awful lot of trollkin.
I do wonder what's going on.
I want to follow that warlock.
All right. Well, you're more than welcome to.
Um.
You guys are welcome to do whatever you want at this point. I'm not gonna.
All right, I'm gonna down the path, right? So there are trolls, a tree line and such.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a tree line. You guys are not right near. You guys aren't right near. You guys are actually not really close to the tree line right now. Mostly because the chief basically heavily suggests you guys don't camp right near the tree line. It's significantly safer to be further into the clearing.
Right.
You're less likely to be sort of attacked by some BC in the middle of the night that way.
Yeah,
Right,
things
I'll-
can't drop down on us.
Right.
I'm gonna head toward the trees and climb up one toward where they're going and follow them through there,
All right.
kind of sneakily.
Climbing up's not a problem. Just give me a sneak roll then.
Yeah. I'm gonna feet point boost. Sneak is agility plus sneak.
Yes.
Alright.
I'll be back.
Okay. 18. Okay, you're moving very quietly through the trees. Is anyone else going up there, or is it just going to be Madeline?
Fucking doubles bullshit.
I'm gonna get Lugnut started up, seeing as it looks like there's probably gonna be trouble.
All right.
I'm not sure if I'm going to follow Madeline quite yet, but sort of keeping an eye out.
All right.
I'm gonna wait for my company to get ready and then head over.
All right. So you're planning on moving over. The group's planning on moving over once Lugnut's booted up.
Yep.
All right. Well, okay. So shortly after that, then you guys get Lugnut fired up and you head over. Madeline, you get over first. And you notice that there is basically there's a group of Trollkins sort of standing around, and the chief has walked forward with his bodyguards, and standing there, looking surprisingly patient, is a tall and not that tall, but sort of above average height, fairly solidly built human. Looks older, with sort of long beard, hair, sort of wild hair, sort of brushed back, wearing robes, and he's got sort of a gnarled staff in one hand. And you see standing behind him a bunch of Tharn and a couple of those big sort of vaguely simian things that you guys fought in the forest for, the Goraxes.
Alright, I have magic sensitivity for 150 feet. Do I detect anything through that?
Well, he's not currently casting any spells, so no.
Alright. But I'm looking at him and going, that's a mage, that's a wizard. Or something to that effect.
I'm guessing his robes are black?
Very good, Eric! So yes, his robes are black, and it's clear he's got a hood, so it's been thrown back. And he has been waiting. He's waiting patiently. It looks like he's been waiting patiently for the chief to get there.
Alright. I'm going to load my crossbow, but...
And the chief sort of walks forward and says, "Alright, what do you want?" And then he says something in Trollkin, it's sort of Murgler Troll, which you don't understand the word, Madeline, but you are almost certain it's a pejorative. And is very deliberately insulting.
Dude, you don't talk to people like that.
Dude, what is this? Like, what is this? A forum or something, man?
It's whatever pejorative. Yeah. It's whatever pejorative Trollkin use to describe asshole druids. The human smirks and says, "Ah, you have deigned to grace me with your presence, Chief Bloodhorn. What do you want?" "You are in possession of something that I desire. You can make things very simple, and just let me come in and take the thing from the ruins, and that'll be that, and I'll leave you all alone. Or you can make this an issue, and we'll be back later to claim what we want by force. Your choice." And he smiles incredibly smugly. By the way, the rest of the group, you guys sort of are catching the end of this as you arrive.
How far away am I from them?
How close do you want to try to get?
How close are the other trolls?
Most of the trolls seem to be keeping a sort of a respectful distance since the chief has decided to talk to the guy.
I will get no closer than the rest of the trolls.
Okay.
Just note that I'm still in the trees, not directly in, not as in sight, but not directly in sight. Yeah, I'm still sneaking. Flarg.
You're keeping tabs in your arms, but you're not pointing your weapon.
Yeah. I'm sitting there kind of watching, thinking, I'm gonna be the best person to kill that person now. With a little twitch in my eye.
The chief sort of crosses his arms, cocks his head a little bit, and starts grinning. Madeline, he's got a very sort of bordering on savage grin on his face at this point.
I like this troll.
You're actually threatening us. He's threatening us, boys! There's a larger of the trolls start laughing, actually. The troll can start laughing at this. This is our land. Black-robed asshole. Get the fuck out of here. The druid sort of looks at him, looks over, sort of glances over, and sort of he sees the smoke plume from Lugnut and hears the footsteps. And, so you're willing to entreat with some outsiders, but not others. The chief sort of leans forward and says, "They have respect. You don't. Leave." The druid sort of cocks his head to the side and says, "We'll be back."
Oh, I'm so tempted to be like, no you won't! But that's psychopath.
And he sort of he steps back, and the Gorax sort of take up a flanking position in front of him before he turns around and leaves, and they sort of turn and follow behind him.
Not doing anything this time. Much as I'd want to.
The chief sort of just starts laughing out loud, turns around and walks back into the camp. After he sort of gets past the outer throng, he stops laughing, and you notice it. And you guys, the group, you guys sort of see him as he passes through the crowd. And you notice once he stops laughing, his face looks very serious.
He's gonna get ready for war.
And he sort of looks at you guys and sort of looks at Rook.
Yeah, we'll kill the kid.
He grins. He looks like he's about to start addressing Rook, pauses, turns to Rostov and says, and as he's really clearly remembering, wait, she's the one who's actually technically in charge. I should actually...
I'm like over here, you know, staying behind Rook's knee or something like that.
You tiny human pink thing. What are you?
Well, no. He actually, again, he's seen the Khadorn army in action, and he can tell by the type of gun that she's carrying. She's carrying a big honking rifle. He knows what those things can do. So he knows she's dangerous. Also, again, she's in charge. He should treat her with something resembling respect. Right. So, there may be some trouble. One of those asshole black-clad druids. I think he's probably after whatever your employer's after. So, you might want to move quickly. While you're here in the village, we will fight alongside you. But once you have the thing and leave our territory, I can't promise you any protection. So, once you have the thing, I would advise you make as much haste as possible.
You suspect he might attack us if we retrieve the item in question and leave with it?
Well, if it was something I wanted and you did that, that's what I'd do. He shrugs. Seems logical to me.
Yes, of course.
There are a lot of folks out here.
I understand.
Yeah, so... You guys at least approach with something resembling... You guys made requests, you didn't make demands. I approve of that. Right, boys. Everybody get ready! They probably won't attack tonight. They know they don't have enough... He didn't have anywhere near enough forces to attack the village straight on. But be ready for them sending in sort of, you know, infiltrators tonight. Keep your eyes open. And he goes walking off back to his hut.
Is lanky McTrollstab hanging around here anywhere?
You cannot see him anywhere.
I'm not surprised by this.
Lanky McTrollstab.
I like that.
The most trollkin name ever devised, if I ever heard one.
That's what we're calling Chris's character in the Tuesday Night.
Yes. Not that I stole sort of some of the concepts from Chris's character for this guy, but I totally did.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Yeah, our friend Chris, his character in the Tuesday Night game is a Trollkin cutthroat duelist. Skilled, and is a fucking Cuisinart.
Yeah.
Actually, he just picked up Bounty Hunter for his third career. So he has an option to not
actually murder everything.
So he has an option to not kill people when he fights.
So he's a Cuisinart who just happens to remember their blades have flat sides too.
Right. It's sort of stab, 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 stab. Oh, you're about to go down. Flat of the blade to the head.
And they don't bleed out when they get knocked out. Because nobody bleeds when they're unconscious.
Right. Of course not.
That would be ridiculous if they did.
You're a good bounty hunter. You hit them in the head so hard they stop bleeding.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I've used my character also. My character is started as a bounty hunter, and I think I used takedown twice now. Maybe Eric.
I think maybe you You never engage in melee if you can help it. Is
Well,
the thing.
because I'm so much better at range combat.
Yes.
At any rate, so that's happened.
That certainly did.
Okay.
So what now?
Well, we still have to finish resting, don't we?
Oh, yeah, if you guys want to go to bed and do your watches, you're more than welcome to. I just want to see if any of your plans have changed.
Not particularly. It's just one more piece of shit we have to deal with on the way out of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps while still inside the forest.
Is there a single entrance to the part of the ruins where you think the thing is?
As far as you can tell, yes.
Alright. I will park Lugnut in the door
Okay.
and leave him idling.
He honestly takes up most of the doorway.
Yeah.
Actually, as you're walking Lugnut over there, there's a younger sort of Trollkin who is following along, sort of admiring Lugnut. You're guessing he's probably sort of a teenager.
Right.
Where'd you get that?
Made him.
Cool.
I was hoping, like, I'm just sitting
I'm
here.
trying to imagine what a teenage troll looks like, and it's this horrible mishmash of like troll face with pizza face on it and all this other.
Oh, geez, that's awful. That's
Why do you think I'm sharing it with you all?
That's the worst that you could have said. Probably not, but that's the worst that you could have said.
That's awful. Give me some more.
I do have a question. Like, outside of the smith, are there any assemblies that you could refer to as, a village analog of a business?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, they as near as you can tell, they don't really have sort of internal commerce per se.
Right.
But there's an area there's effectively a tavern equivalent. They have a brewer. Actually, a large number of the trolls. There are a fair number of the older the trolls, sort of those who aren't gearing up to defend the village. Sort of the older ones, the older ones, the sort of the non-combatant types. Although most of the trolls here can fight.
Right.
But they're all sort of hanging out. A lot of them are hanging out at the tavern. And there is another troll there who is basically, as near as you can tell, is basically a bard. But it doesn't have an instrument. He's just singing. And my god, he's good.
Nice.
He has probably one of the 3 or 4 best voices you've ever heard. Singing voices you ever heard.
Well, damn.
Fell colors,
That's what they do.
What they do, they're good at it.
They're really, really good at it. It's one of those things that, if you don't know about Trollkin, you would never expect them to be this good at singing. But this Fell Colors are really good at it.
certainly is.
Mind you, you don't understand a single word he's singing.
Sure.
It's all in
No,
Mogul Troll.
it's like when you listen to a song in Japanese. You have no idea what the hell they're saying, but damn, it sounds great.
Yeah.
It's like an Austrian opera. You can't understand what the hell's going on, and you're pretty sure there's some subtle context that you're not picking up. But
yeah, it's very clearly structured as sort of a story. He's sort of singing a story of some sort. Sort of an epic ballad type thing. It's not a drinking song, but it doesn't have the right rhythms for that sort of thing. That's one thing you've learned over the years. Everyone's learned over the years. Drinking songs have basically the same rhythms no matter where the fuck you go. But yeah,
As an aside, what's the name of that establishment?
It doesn't have a name.
The bar.
Yeah, basically, yeah, the bar in Mogul Troll.
Uh,
If you want to get something to drink, they'll probably serve you.
No, I was just like seeing if there was
I wouldn't recommend getting
like any.
Vulcan
I'm just
Bridge,
like
but that's
looking
just
for like
me.
notable places in the area.
Yeah, there's that. There's the Chief's Hut, the Smithy. There's a big communal campfire, sort of fire area in the middle of town. There are a couple places that really sort of do. There's a large area that sort of has sort of a communal sort of eating area also. For those Trollkin who are not inclined to cook for themselves. But yeah, it's very much sort of a communal village to a large degree.
I'm resisting the urge to have Madeline sneak over to Lugnut in the middle of the night and just put up a sign on it so that when Rook sees it in the morning, he just like there's just like this bumper sticker that says "How's my parking?"
Should probably just write it in the hull. I mean, we've been tramping through the woods, haven't had a chance to clean them.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else going on?
No, I can't ever see anything. I'm functionally blind, so if there's anything that isn't obvious, I'm not going to find it.
Okay, that's fine. Does anybody else have to do anything, or you guys are just sort of bunkering down for the night at this point?
I've bunkered down for the night. I'm already, I imagine.
Yeah, you're out of it at this point.
Yeah.
It's like you've been awake way longer than you like being awake at this point.
Well, I've got first watch, so I should probably remain sober for that.
Probably. All right. Well, those of you on the first watch, which I think is just you, Rook, right?
I think so.
All right, give me a detection check because you'll need one.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong window. Hold on. My detect is a mighty 5.
Hey, mine's 4.
Oh, you rolled a 13 though.
Look,
Not bad. Not bad.
above average.
You don't see anything, but not bad. It's quiet. All right, your shift passes without sort of note. Actually, during your watch, Eric, since you're the only one up, the tall, lanky Trollkin eventually walks into camp, walks up to you, sort of nods at you.
I'll nod back.
He sort of looks at you and says, "You got another cigar?"
Yeah, I'll hand him one.
Thanks. He sort of lights it up and takes a deep breath. He takes a sort of, smokes it for a bit and goes, "Not bad, not bad at all."
The elf with the guns rolls them for me.
Nice.
Yeah, she knows what she does. She knows her shit.
Yeah. I haven't had anything this good since I left Signar. Crap.
Yeah, you don't look like your usual bumpkin, honestly.
Nah, I ran into a bit of trouble in crap, what's the town I'm looking for? In Corvus. And decided that making myself scarce was probably a good idea. And sort of, I had a cousin who headed out here, so I figured I'd follow. It's worked out pretty well.
Fair enough. Don't know if I could stand being out in the woods for so long, though.
You get used to it.
Yeah, I guess. Just fucking drives me nuts.
He takes another sort of puff on the cigar and says, "This is what I miss most. You can't get tobacco this good out here." So
Not just that. I like building shit almost as much as I like breaking it, and can't get parts for him out here.
I got plenty of opportunities to work my trade. Let's just put it that way. Speaking of which, just taking a quick scan through the woods a bit ago.
Any trouble?
Maybe. Thought I saw somebody, I thought I saw someone human. Wasn't able to. They were like a fucking ghost, though. They took off when they heard me coming. I don't make much noise. He sort of gestures the cigar out into the wood, towards the woods, off that away. So, heads up. But they looked like they were keeping an eye on you guys specifically.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. We're right where they want to be.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for the cigar.
Keep on keeping on, man.
Right. He walks off, puffing on the cigar and admiring it. And that wraps up that shift. I was gonna have him approach Rook once, just like, wait, no, he probably approach Rook.
Yeah.
All right, so it's on to the second shift.
Primarily me.
Yep.
So.
Detection rolls on the second shift.
Okay.
I'll let Kayla know. Yeah, the cutter said he was poking around the woods, saw someone out in that direction. Keep your eye out.
Huh.
All right, Skitch, you are entitled to a reroll on that.
I certainly am. Darn right, I'm not happy with a 16. I'll do a little 33 d6. That's not quite.
You're not satisfied with the highest roll
60.
I can possibly do without boosting.
Oh, that's even worse.
Well, 16 is, what I keep then. Right?
All right, 16. Yeah.
Well, it's not awful, but
Yeah, you don't really notice anything out in the woods or anything like that.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'll pull up my spyglass in the dark woods that we can't see anything is.
Yep, that'll work really well.
That was so good.
I don't see what could possibly go wrong.
It doesn't make things worse. All right, that's that for that then. So, Skitch, nothing happens during your watch. It's just quiet. I guess last watch then,
Alright.
which is what, Lasser and Rostov?
Yes. Assumably also Madeline at this point.
Unless she's just sleeping still.
Yeah, unless she's still...
We're competent.
How long had I been up?
More than a day.
Yeah, almost 2 days straight.
How much sleep have I gotten at this point?
Probably 6 hours.
Yeah, roundabout.
Yeah, Madeline's probably up.
You can roll then if you'd like.
Alright. I will not be boosting this one.
Nope, none of you guys see anything. There's nothing to see. Totally. Nothing bad. Nothing at all.
At least I have my armor on this time for when we get ambushed.
Actually, you guys aren't getting ambushed.
We're having adoring fans of Rooks just hanging out and just sort of stalking us, TMZ style.
No. No, you are not. The people who if there's anyone watching you, they are not daft enough to attack you in the middle of an entire troll. Sort of, even though you're on the fringe of a troll village, there's enough of a village there and enough awake trolls. That's a bad idea. Unless they're actually flat out invading, and you wouldn't need detection rolls for a flat out invasion. There's only so subtle you can be. All right, it's morning,
Yay!
and Brother Galinari wants to head into is getting ready to take his team and head into the ruins. Are you guys all going, or are you just gonna send a couple people?
The ruins?
All things considered, I'm thinking that it's probably gonna be like really crowded in there, and Rostov and I suck at seeing shit, so we'll probably just blunder straight into traps. Meanwhile, we favor open areas far more, so I'm thinking that we should hang up here and, be ready for any action with the jackholes.
Send in the elves.
And I think that Rook and Lugnut are gonna take up too much space, so...
I was about to say, send in the elves, because we're
Yeah.
both really good with being in small areas. We're both
Alright, so
good
we'll
at
send
being...
Caleb and Madeline in.
All right, so that's what you're gonna do. All right, so the two of those, you two, head in with Brother Galinari. The upper floor is, as you suspect, a bunch of fairly small rooms. The stairs going up are mostly filled with rubble and such because the upper floors are in really bad shape, as I mentioned. Brother Galinari seems to actually really know what he's doing at sort of investigating and looking around this sort of place. Almost if maybe one of his careers is explorer. Maybe. But eventually he, every now and then he tells you guys to sort of, pause as he sort of pokes around an area. He fiddles around a bit and comes out with a bit of a very simple sort of mechanism that was, wired as something of a trap for people who are unaware. But eventually, you guys basically, after about an hour and a half, explore the entire first floor, and it's not much here of interest. However, at sort of towards the end, Brother Galinari does find a staircase going down that's in good shape, and he's planning on heading down now.
All right.
So he heads down. He pulls out an alchemical light and heads down. I assume you guys follow with him.
I do indeed.
All right. The staircase goes down and goes into a sort of small. It goes into a surprisingly large passage. It's not wide enough for both Rook and Lugnut to walk side by side, but it's definitely enough room for either one. It would definitely be enough room for Lugnut to move through fairly comfortably. Surprisingly. And it opens up into some fairly sizable rooms. Let me get a quick sort of rough. Like, this small, the room, there are a lot of rooms that are, hang on. Why is it doing that? There we go. The rooms are like, a bunch of rooms are like, somewhere between 80 and 100 feet long. The rooms down here are surprisingly big.
At least the rooms are spacious compared to what we've been to before.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of open space down in this level. But it is fairly dark. You're able to break, Brother Galinari has some light with him, so it's not too bad, and there's definitely sort of an air of something different down here. You're not sure what. Both of you actually, being gifted, do notice that there's definitely there's a very sort of faint, sort of almost magical feel to the area as a general rule. But neither of you can put your finger on what it is.
I don't like that.
How long has this place been, effectively ruins for?
Quite a long time. Brother Galinari's like, last known records we have on it's from back around the time Morrow died. I mean, not died, ascended. So
It is quite a while ago.
Yeah.
And there's still some sort of inert, pervasive force in this area.
Well, if the records are accurate and one of Morrow's relics are here, that doesn't surprise me.
Yes. I would explain.
A relic of Morrow's, if it's actually an actual relic, will be fairly potent.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose that is at least a assuring sign of what's to come, but
Yeah, he's saying this as he's looking at sort of at some mosaics on the walls and such, which are just depicting various things. Neither of you two recognize what they're depicting because neither of you are Morrowind, so.
right.
I don't think anyone in this group is.
Rostov might be.
Maybe Rostov.
I was just gonna ask, does anyone in this group follow gods?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't follow a god, you follow a dragon. That's different.
I do.
Hey, just because we can see our god and our god actually protects our area doesn't mean that it isn't a god.
Protects.
Hey, we didn't get screwed over by the whatcha-faces.
I'm already undead. I don't have to care.
Wait,
No, I'm not undead.
for your information, Rostov does actually follow Morrow.
Yep,
Huh. Huh.
what's that buzzing noise?
I was about to ask that myself.
Alright.
For Alice's end, apparently. All right.
Unexpected yard work.
Okay, that explains it. That makes total sense.
Yes.
But yeah, honestly, there's a lot more room down here, and it's you're noticing that this area. There's a lot of rooms in this area. It's a big area. You guys explore a bit down there. The thing you're noticing is that while there are a fair number of sort of like there were not a huge number, but there were some trappy type of stuff upstairs. There don't really seem to be any down here. Mostly it's just sort of it's as I said, but what you are seeing are like statues, mostly looking like the statues are all of sort of different human warriors. And they're all sort of, they're very clear. They're old. But they're all in good shape because they haven't been exposed to the elements or anything like that.
I'm gonna ask Father Galinari.
Yeah, Galinari.
I don't remember names. I'm distracted.
I kept thinking you were going to say Father Grigori.
No, I was about to say Father vaguely Italian name. I'm gonna ask him, since I probably don't recognize any of this. Does this look like it is the right place?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is all sort of like this mosaic mural over here is depicting one of the last battles Morrow fought in with his chosen guard. He sort of goes over some of the history of it, and those statues over there, he points to them, are definitively two of his two of the warriors who were closest to him, who fell in the battle, fell in battle, and are widely regarded, and honored. And he sort of starts going, doing his, as he's sort of exploring, starts pointing stuff out. And it's all stuff to do with,
Yeah.
Morrow's final. It's almost all of this basically has to tie with Morrow's final days as just a guy, basically.
Yeah. I will probably have a statement that interjected somewhere that's to the effect of, I never had much of a chance to learn any of this. My comrades and I, when I was still with them, were a bit more interested in killing everyone we saw who could explain this to us, rather than learning.
Ah.
I'm not with them now.
Uh-huh. Anyways.
Yeah, sure. That totally makes me feel better.
I'm not gonna be like, they're not here right now. I killed them all. In their sleep.
Good. At any rate. So yeah, eventually it's getting on towards the point where he's still like, well, we've explored. It's like he's like, well, I'm gonna suggest we head back up, take a break, and get some food. This is larger than I was expecting, and I didn't bring, rations down here with me. So I think we'll head back up and get a bite to eat, and then come back down after.
Alright, it should be a bit quicker unreturned trip since...
Well, yes, we're not investigating anything.
Yes.
And you guys head back out, and the rest of you notice that they return after a little while. Brother Galinari sort of comes over and sort of is very excitedly talking about, seeing bits of history confirmed and such, as he's sort of preparing himself some food. So they're all back at camp. Everyone's back at camp.
Hooray!
And he basically says, well, and he actually sort of, Lieutenant.
I'll head over.
Well, surprising thing I've noticed is that the area the downstairs area is significantly larger than we anticipated. If you're willing, I would, if you and your folks are willing, and it's at all feasible to get everyone down to that floor, it'd be helpful. I think it'd be helpful if you guys were down there. Just extra sets of our eyes and hands if we need them. I think we'll speed up our exploration of that level if we had more people down there.
I understand. At this time, it seems that speed is of the essence.
Good. Yeah. Right.
Alright, so go fucking down in the morning?
Honestly, just late this afternoon was what I was hoping.
Oh, I was thinking of the evening, honestly.
No, this is lunchtime.
Alright, if it's lunchtime, yeah, go down the... whatever.
Yeah, he basically points out that there's, enough room for Lugnut down there, surprisingly.
Yeah, I don't see a fucking problem then.
Alright. So...
Lieutenant's decision, though, I keep on doing that, I need to stop.
So, you guys eat your lunch. Actually, what I would like from everybody while you're eating is another detection check.
More detection from everyone?
Aha! 14, that's actually pretty good.
Rostov's around.
I credit!
Detection again?
Mm-hmm.
I broke 10.
Oh,
Good
good job, Sketch.
24!
You don't notice anything.
No, Skitch does notice something, actually.
Sketch notices a switch in the very first room. Oh! Pushes it in the...
No, this is not what you're... This is while you're
spit
outside
out.
still.
Caliph notices that she has developed an extra set of eyes that see on the infrared spectrum.
I'll just gonna say that Kayla just sees through time.
You might as well. I think...
You notice something that is going to happen tomorrow.
Huh.
Alright, well, Skitch, what you notice is out in the woods, clearly watching you guys, you can see an outline of what you are fairly certain is a human female, wearing sort of leather armor, with what looks like a sort of a satchel of javelins on her back, with a very sort of predatory air about her, watching you guys. And as you glance over, eventually you only notice her briefly because it's very clear. She picks up very quickly that you noticed her, and she disappears back into the woods with almost like a ghost.
Huh.
Human female.
Looked human.
Looked human. Had spears.
Burn the woods down.
I would suggest not doing that.
I have to ask. What was I have to ask? Could Caliph discern her complexion?
Is it just fair, dark?
Probably not, given what I heard. You said
Was it
outline.
really pale, bordering on blue?
No.
Was it a sexy? Is it a jackal? Is it a jackal?
A jackal?
No, fairly. What you can see, you'd guess was fairly pale, but
Who knows? They all look pale.
not Satixi, no.
I was able to see their soul. Everyone's
that
soul
pale.
is pale.
Not as pale as me.
No. Well, probably not. It's hard to tell. I mean,
It's in the trees, in the dark of the wood.
at any rate, that's what you notice, Skitch.
Huh.
That may or may not have been who's been watching you the whole time.
Now I just kind of want to say that during that time, Lacera was like doing karaoke in the tavern. So that woman was watching that and just kind of going, ugh.
Oh, gee. Why do these tourists keep on trying to sing around here?
How would you sing anime theme songs if you don't speak Japanese?
You see, you know, it's like the people from from some other country, I think it was the Philippines or something, who was trying to sing "My Heart Will Go On" phonetically,
Oh lordy.
or something like that. Just that bad.
She's not Thorn, but she's making her quickly just as unwelcome.
At any rate, but that's what you notice. So, you guys I take it you guys head into the ruins then.
Yes.
All right. We'll move to the ruins map, the ruin temple map.
That thing I was staring at this whole time because I thought that's where they went.
Wrong. I'll copy your tokens over.
I already got mine.
Oh, where are you?
I will copy everybody else's over.
Ah, there you are.
Ah, doppelganger.
I grabbed you by accident. I apologize.
So are we gonna find Olmec while we're in here?
You could start by following the left corridor down to the.
Sign of the silver monkey.
The silver monkey's a trap. Everyone knows that.
All right, so this is the area you are in right now. This is fair. This is after about another 2 hours worth of exploring through the temple. You guys are near basically what is probably the end. You're guessing. Mostly because you can sort of see. You guys have. Sorry, I'm getting echo here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bouncing off of Eric's last I looked.
There we
Is
go.
it? I guess I can turn down my volume.
Maybe. Anyways. So, yeah. Let's see. So, what you are seeing here is... You guys have brought down more light this time, because Brother Galinari didn't bring as much as he anticipated he would need. Also, you know, you're basically... There are wall sconces you can set torches up in as you go along, so... They just don't have anything in them right now because this place has been abandoned for a long time. And while the stone hasn't, gone anywhere, things that can biodegrade have. And have long enough ago that there is no remaining, smell of things having rotted away or anything like that. Anyways, you can sort of see that, this is the hallway you came in down here.
Okay.
There's a room up there, and a big room off this way. There's a big statue in the middle on a pedestal. There are 4 statues around here. This statue here is, Rostov, you very quickly recognize it as a statue dedicated to Morrow.
Morrow the Maceman.
Brother Galinari is very excitedly moving off this way. But if you guys want to suggest other options, you are welcome to do so.
I would say moving too far ahead eagerly may not be a good idea.
Well, he's being fairly cautious. I mean, he's looking for,
Yeah.
switches and traps and stuff because...
I will assist with my ability to see through walls, I guess now.
I see everything.
I've seen everything.
That reminds me, I was playing
I can
4th
see your
edition
awkward
D&D
puberty.
with my Wednesday crew, and this one player had an ability that at level 1 they could break 40 perception. So the DM's like, you know what? If you break 40, you've just got fucking laser eyes. And it happened too, and we skipped an entire encounter because of it.
All right, so Galinari is in here, sort of moving up. If you guys want to move into, if you want to move into this room, he's going to be in there. If you want to be back in this room, you're welcome to be. But
Wrecking the tiling with my giant robot.
honestly, the tiling is not really tiling. It's just sort of a stone floor.
Oh, okay. There's no mosaic or anything I'm destroying.
Not on the
with my
floors, no.
steam jack. Okay.
On the floor, you're just making a small little dents.
The other thing that you do notice, Eric, is there's definitely some sort of ventilation in here because look, that smoke has not been sort of piling up.
Has not been causing a problem like it did in the mine, right?
Right.
Huh.
Wyrod, are you going to reposition Rostov, or are you going to kick it here? Alrighty.
I didn't realize we were moving.
All right. Well, as you move in, you notice, as I said, there's the statue in the middle there. I should have made a token for Brother Galinari. That's what I should have done.
Dope.
Do I have a token I can use for Brother Galinari? Probably.
Use the monk from Talisman.
That'd be tricky.
Use the dark
Just
cultist.
I'll just glue a miniature to my monitor.
This is like, I don't know if we can trust this character. Why is that? You made them the dark cultist from Talisman. What? What are you talking about?
Whoa, that is an error message.
I will use this one that I've not used yet for anything else. It is not quite appropriate, and I'm going to have to rename it, but...
It's close enough.
But it will do for now. Ignore the stats.
It's a human guy. Gotcha.
Yes. So he's up here. There's a staircase going up here, and there's a small room here where there's a... What?
I didn't realize that Brother Galinari came with his own theme song. Do 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 do.
Dude, of course he does.
I didn't realize that we were doing.
He's totally Indiana Jones.
Dr. Galinari, I see.
It belongs in the museum.
Now I get it. Now I get it.
Ah,
We're gonna be
Dr.
fighting later on.
Galinari. We meet again.
We're gonna be fighting Nazis later on.
No, you're not going to be fighting Nazis. You're going to be fighting Russians.
I love
we are
fighting
going to be
Nazis.
fighting Soviets.
Oh jeez, the echo is getting so bad.
Alright, so, yeah. As I said, staircase going up this way. There is a room back here. There seems to be some sort of dais altar-y thing. And there is something that is glowing faintly on it.
Always a good sign.
Like, you can see the glow from where you guys are.
Because that's probably going to be a problem. Brother Galinari sort of advances up a little bit. Sort of poking around a bit. Alright, well, he's currently investigating the staircase there very carefully. He's sort of staring at it, trying to figure... It's like he's perplexed by something, but he's not really saying... He's sort of muttering under his breath. But you really can't make out exactly what he's saying. And he reaches into a pocket and pulls out a small book, and he seems to be consulting it and reading through it very carefully. This is not at all reminiscent of the of anything from any of the Indiana Jones movies. Nope, not at all.
We're going to be crushed by a giant boulder, aren't we?
Jesus' name was spelled with an I, not a J.
No. Jehovah's in Latin. Jehovah spelled with an I.
Right, okay. I've only seen that movie once.
Penitent man kneels. A penitent man kneels. Whoosh.
I love that movie dearly.
Incidentally, if a boulder happens and it goes from right to left, I am sad.
There won't be any boulders.
Just giant rubber balls.
All right. So while this is going on, Lasser and
Yes.
Rostov, you two get to make detection checks
Yay!
Yay!
due to positioning.
Right. Okay, I'm actually going to...
Yay!
Nice.
You know what? Never fucking mind.
You literally
rolling?
can't beat that. She literally can't beat
Just Rostov and Lasser.
Oh, okay.
Unless sir
I
cannot
was
beat
being
that.
talked to.
Yeah, it wasn't completely pathetic.
No,
Yeah, it's slightly above average.
Rostov rolled well enough to actually notice this, so you guys are not completely caught flat-footed.
Hey.
But, let me get the token here. Because... Rostov, you're, let's see, let me see, you are facing that way. So you're not looking directly there, down the hallway, but you hear very quiet footsteps coming from this way. You're able to look over just in time to see, need to figure out how many there should be. Filing into the
Sarah
room.
was looking that direction.
Yes, but they're very sneaky. They also may or may not have the stealth trait.
They do.
They do, yes.
Tharn Blood Tracker.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm trying to think how many is an appropriate number to throw up against you guys for this.
Oh, did they drag the black lad along with them?
No, they did not drag the black lad along with them, no.
And you said that the thing on the back there is a quiver of spears.
Yep. They've
Right,
got-
so I'm not going to be clogging this choke point.
Yes, okay, so here's what you notice about them. They have
There's a lot of them.
There are a lot of them. They're very quiet and stealthy. They have a sort of quiver of throwing javelins on their back, and they have sort of almost like a buckler with on their arm with what look like sort of almost like claws coming off the front of it.
Oh, nice.
And
Since Rostov caught them, I assume that since I'm already looking straight down the hallway...
oh, you see them now.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm
basically,
gonna throw
it's
my torch right into the middle of them. We got company!
basically it's the fact that Rostov made the check means it's not a surprise round for them.
Right.
And I'm not going to Brother Galinari.
Probably would have resulted in a dead Warcaster and Widowmaker.
All right, so you guys should roll initiative.
I'm going to use a feat point to give us all increased initiative and attack for the first round.
All right.
So all of you guys, except for Rook, are going to have +2 initiative.
25.
He's outside my command range, so
24, not bad.
All right.
25.
Welcome to the 25 Club.
Everyone's got 25 here.
Well, they rolled well, at least.
At least you only have to roll one initiative.
Yes, that is one of the reasons I did that. So don't forget to set your initiative in the tracker.
Oh, right.
Skitch and I go first. It's just a question of which one of us goes first.
I also got a 25.
Yeah, but we have plus 18 versus your plus 17.
No.
I honestly just think it's a matter of kind of just...
You guys, basically, you can pick the order you guys are going in, basically.
Yeah. Well, Sarah, is there anything that you were going to do on that point?
Well, I don't think they... Well, that's probably a dangerous assumption to make. Would I be out of line in saying that they shouldn't be able to move and throw and actually reach me from that distance? Or is that a poor assumption?
You have no idea.
Okay.
Here's the thing. You know that throwing javelins don't have incredible range, but you don't know how fast they are.
Right. Fast would be a safe assumption.
They are lightly armored.
Okay,
I think.
I forget. Is there
we
like
should go third.
is there a defensive posture action in this?
Not really.
Not really.
I don't think you should go first. I think Skitch or I should.
All I was going to do would be throw up my aura and and basically just like stand over here.
I'll go first.
What?
I actually have a plan of what I'm going to do, so I'll completely that might change what the other people do. So.
I'll just leave my token where it was.
All right. So who's going first?
Madeline.
All right. So Madeline's going to go first, and then
Eric, what were you trying to do there?
I
think he was measuring.
measuring distances, and I accidentally clicked on the movement thing.
I was just thinking you were trying to teleport one so you could actually hit it on your turn.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Rook has the ability to teleport other people. Not
Yeah.
himself, but other people.
It just pops out a lug nut. Boom.
I made a
Like
mapping
chess
mistake.
monster.
I made a mistake in designing this map, but I'll live with it.
What did you
I'm
do?
going to assume that's the width of the choke point here.
Yes, that would be the correct answer word. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm-
thinking about it, it really should have been like,
Twice as wide.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because Rook can just stand there and laugh.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to editorially just to make things a little bit more, make it less
We
static
ignore
in
this
combat.
we ignore this spot in the middle
Yeah,
here.
I'm just going to draw a little box over it.
I'll let you do that before I go. Whenever you're ready, just hit the actual
Yeah, I
initiative
will.
button.
I'm just going to fill this in here so that you guys, it's at least a different color than the, there we go. Why did that turn green there?
I was trying to...
Oh, you were highlighting it. Okay, that's perfectly fine. There we go. That is much better. It is...
Yeah. Now they're not going to just get gunned down while I hold the choke point.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a comical row of enemies running in and just getting mowed down.
Yeah. Honestly,
We're gonna ambush them.
Honestly, thinking about it, I'm not going to completely editorially change it. Because realistically, with the unit, what I'm using to fight you guys, it really should be this big.
Yeah.
But you guys maneuvered into that room, assuming that it was a bit of a choke point, so I'm going to give it to you guys.
Cool.
I maneuvered in there thinking that there was gonna be a trap that was gonna kill our escort.
I maneuvered in here because I thought we were going to fight ghosts.
I was just sticking near Rostov, and I was just standing near the door.
I was
Admittedly, I
something
figured
horrible is going to happen
something
to our
might be
client
in.
and we won't get paid.
I hope you're just measuring,
No?
because you're going to be a pincushion. Because I'm not advancing.
We'll see. Alright, and now let me measure. Oh wow, they are just out of... No, I can hit one with the spell.
Not worth it.
I'm going to point out that Peter mentioned they have stealth.
Yep.
Oh, so
That
Yeah,
you will
you're
auto-miss
welcome to
it.
attack them, Alice, but unless you're within 15 feet of them, any targeted attack will automatically miss.
right. I forgot about that. Then
But
Yeah, so get back
actually,
behind me.
any character you wouldn't have known that, though, is the thing.
yeah.
That's the one thing I'm going to say. But
Yeah.
advancing that far forward towards people with range attacks might be the best plan, anyways.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I would move and see them and realize probably that I couldn't hit them, and can I get about half my move back?
Sure, that's fine.
Sitting right here, seeing that and going, okay. And
I'm
then,
gonna hang behind the one with the power armor.
Nah, I'm probably as good a tank as you are.
You don't have a force field.
I have 16 defense.
You've almost died several times. I haven't.
That is true.
Only once. On this character.
At any rate, so you're redeploying back to there now.
Yeah.
Look up, saw, and move back.
And loading crossbow in case it wasn't. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You're done then?
No. I'm gonna drop I'm going to cast Wind Blast.
Okay.
I can drop that easily. Wait. Command range 20 is
Control. If you're-
control range is
Spell.
6, so it needs to be within 36. It's about. Drop it on Lasser if you.
So what does that do?
Wind Blast, place a 5-inch AoE anywhere completely within my control range. Character suffer a -3 RAT while in the AoE. I want to cover as much of this side of the door as I can with it.
All right, so let me get a template for that.
Yeah.
So basically, you're putting up a ranged attack deterrent.
Wrong map, Peter. There we go.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
All right, so the entire template has to be within your control radius.
Yeah, so let me.
So and it's you go out to 30.
I have 6-inch control radius, so it's 36.
36. Okay. So. All right, so you can move it out to about there.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. It does no damage, just in case you all.
No, I know.
Yeah, it's a field effect.
All right, so that is it for Madeline. And that is a once per round. You have to recast it every round, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
That's fine. I only need to hang on for one round before Rook can get over here. So yeah, I'm just going to cast Aura of Protection and hold my position. I will, of course,
No, only
take my
characters inside the AoE have minus RAT. You should move back and out of sight.
I'm not going to move back because then they're going to pincushion Rostov.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Rostov's rolled a 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hang there?
Yeah, I was going to stay here anyway.
Caliph.
All right. Let's see here. Minus RAT, huh? Let's see here.
If you're standing in the circle.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of whether I'd miss with an AoE attack against those people.
With an AoE, it would miss, but would scatter.
Yes, it would then deviate.
Yeah. Wonder. All right. Let's give this a try. Moves about here, and yeah, I got my my silence blast gun, which geez, that is going to be an extreme range. So this is going to be a very bad attack roll.
Well,
But
on the plus
You
side, you're
get
automatically gonna
+2
miss
from
anyways.
me.
what?
On the plus side, you're going to miss anyways.
That is true. So I'm just going to roll for the sake of just rolling. I guess we need to roll for deviation, though, right?
Right.
So yeah.
You're getting +2 from me.
Yeah. I think it's -5, -2, +2, right?
-5 to hit for range.
Right.
-3 for being in the AOE.
Oh, okay, -3. So it's -6. Got
Yes.
it. So I'll make this.
And who are you
attack.
targeting?
I'm targeting the closest one I can see. Just this one right here. Shoot. This one here.
Okay, that one. So AOE centered on her.
All right. I will just roll the attack because
Okay.
who knows what will happen. That's going to be, instead of a 8, that will be a 2. Will miss.
All right. Even if you'd hit, you'd miss because she has stealth.
That is
All
true.
right, so roll direction.
So
as-
D6, right?
Yep.
5.
You're going in direction 5. And now roll d6 for how many inches it moves.
Okay. 3.
So 15 feet. Sorry, 18 feet.
Come on. All right. So,
you catch one of them.
You do.
all right, and that's a 5 damage. Roll then.
Roll the damage on her.
And it doesn't do any damage. Oh well. I just want.
I like the attempt, honestly.
Yeah.
I can't hit him anyway. So let's just make a silent explosion. And one of them's like, I thought I felt something. What? Oh, I don't know. I couldn't hear it.
Right.
You were just speaking crazy talk.
All right. They're going to use their special ability, Ambuscade. Because I'm a jerk.
You?
All right,
Jerk?
So their speed base is
1,000,000.
7 base.
Yeah, they're as fast as me, I figured.
Ambuscade gives them +3 on their advance.
Ooh.
Yeah. But fortunately, they're not going to be able to reach you, Word.
Hey.
Because that would be 30 feet. Sorry, no, 60 feet. And that would get them to there.
Jeez.
Hello.
That is definitely within throwing range.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: they can't. The ability allows them to make that do that advance with +3. And they get to at the end of that they get to throw that they get to make a javelin attack for free. And if they're in melee range, they can then do normal melee attacks. It's basically bayonet charge.
Right.
From other guys. So I'm going to move these guys
Right.
up. On the plus side, they do not have combined range attack.
As an aside, why does Warcaster not get shield as a martial skill? I don't understand that.
Because none of
Well,
them
you
use
can pick up
shields.
shield pretty easily from any other class, honestly. A lot
Not
of
from
other classes.
pirate or raider. I am shieldless.
And if you gave everything to Warcaster, why would you play anything else? They already have some advantages.
They really.
I
do.
understand that. It's just kind of like one of those things like, I would think they would want to protect themselves.
They do. They have that. They have that.
They have a force field. What do they need a shield for?
They have a force field and generally war max between them and the enemy.
They're not all going to move all the way up, though, because bottlenecking.
Because, duh.
Because the last time they did that was during that one musical
So
concert, and
let me
there's
see. What is the range on their javelins? Hang on, I need to double check that. I think it's 7. Yes, it is 7. So 42. All right, the guys in back are out of range. So that's going to be, I'd say, up to 5, but they're only going to. I'm going to. The front 3 are definitely going to throw. I'm not sure the ones in back, or I haven't decided yet. All right, so
Prepare for perforation.
all right, so actually, they're. Hang on, let me double check. There, Matt is 5. Yeah. Rat's 5 also. So first shot misses.
Very badly. Miss.
They're not rolling particularly. Am I forgetting something? No, they haven't. No.
Also miss.
Yep. All right, so those three, I'm definitely going to throw from these two then, at a minimum. Dear Lord. I'm rolling like complete crap.
Yeah, they're really rolling poorly.
Holy Jeebus.
Wow. I didn't realize that Tharn.
Actually,
was
sorry.
an-
There's one roll in there that I rolled wrong. That didn't put the right bonus in. The 11 should be 3 higher. It should be a 14.
Oh,
So that
yeah,
would
I
have
see
been,
that.
yeah.
All right,
Okay, so yeah,
hits.
that one hits.
All right, and then these two, I think. Oop, no, wrong. Don't grab wrong thing. Forgot to grab measure tool. Out of range, just out of range, just out of range. Okay. So, and I've rolled how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I rolled 5. I've rolled 5. There's one more attack. No.
Miss.
Wow,
Definitely
that could not
miss.
have missed by more.
Apocalyptically bad miss.
All right, so you get hit by 1. On the plus side word, for them, when they're doing the ambuscade thing, they get boosted damage rolls.
Ah,
Plus 30 damage.
That's not a boost.
ow.
Okay. One hit, but that was all they needed. Ow. Alright, so then that gives... I'm at 15 armor, so that's 7 damage. I will feet drop that to 4.
All right, your force field is down to 2.
Yep.
All right, that's it for the Tharn.
Rook.
And it is Rook's turn.
All right. Well, first thing I do is I turn around.
Yeah, by the way, there are blood-curdling war cries coming from them at this point. They've abandoned all pretense of being quiet.
All right, so Rook's going to spend a feat point to run and gun. So he runs.
I thought you were going to say that Rook's going to spend a feat point to haul some ass.
That's basically what he's doing.
Yeah. I'll also be ordering Lugnut to run.
Yeah, I figured.
And
Clang, 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 clang.
hey, remember those cinder bombs I picked up?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to throw one.
Go for it.
What's the range on them? 8 inches?
8 inches, yep. So, 48?
Times 6?
8 times 6.
More than 28.
48 is what I
48
said.
would be
48.
right about there. Assume.
Yeah,
Totally not.
you know what? I'll just drop it there. Which will keep them from advancing through and let us redress our lines so that people don't die.
All right, wrong map.
What kind of blast radius does that thing have?
It's a 3-inch.
That's gonna get me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Alright, never mind about the feat point. I'll just run then.
Okay. Then we will not have you throw the bomb, but I will bring the template over. Phineas asks, what happened to your god dice? I don't always roll ridiculously well.
It's just when you do, it happens like all in one session.
Right, because
Yeah.
computerized random number generators are special.
We should go back to when we had random number books.
Oh God, that reminds me. A friend of mine was telling me about this. They used to publish books with random numbers.
Yes, that's one.
So,
Oh,
friend-
jeez, those. Yeah.
one of my friend Jono, whom Eric knows. Jono was an engineering student at the University of Florida back when. He's actually older than I am, so he was actually a computer science major, but they didn't have a computer science department then.
Right.
It was all part of engineering. And so he got one of those books for one of his math classes, for one of his computer classes. I'm thinking about it, and it had in the back, because it was published shrink wrapped, a leaflet of errata, because some of the random numbers were wrong.
We're not random enough.
Right. Some of the random numbers weren't random enough. They were wrong. It's like, I just love that concept.
How I don't understand I don't understand so much of this concept. A random number book in the first place seems odd to me.
Well, it's just like how. Well, yeah.
I'm just imagining it's a book full of numbers.
It is.
Well then, let's number our way along.
Yeah.
All right. It is now Rostov's turn.
All right.
She may want to back out of the wind blast so if she wants to shoot straight.
How does stealth work? For
Oh,
me,
for you. Do you have anything that ignores stealth?
I
don't
might.
think you do. Yet.
Let's see. Not my ability to say that I do.
Yeah, so you don't get to ignore it yet.
Right. That's one of those things I'll have to pick up later. Okay. So it's anything more than 5 inches away.
So,
which is 30 feet.
30 feet, yeah.
So I am at the edge, right where I am, basically.
Right. You're going to change your facing to face them, I assume.
I'm facing their direction already.
There we go. Oh,
That's Caleb.
Caleb. I should face Caleb the correct way then. I'm going to move Caleb up a little bit here.
She shot over her shoulder.
It wouldn't have mattered if she had.
I know. Well, what have missed anyway? So I might as well do a flash, yeah?
I am going to declare a dual shot and start by shooting at Thar and Blood Tracker with no number.
All right. There's one that's not numbered. Okay.
Could you go for the more southern ones? I actually want to try and bowling bash that one.
They might not be in range.
That's around the corner, dude.
There's no corner there, Nick.
What, the giant square thing?
The
This?
great thing,
We're ignoring these.
Okay.
I mentioned I made this too narrow.
All right, then I will go for 5.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hit.
You even with the -3, you hit. So roll damage.
-3.
You're in your Alice's cloud. Alice's AOE thing is.
I was hoping I misplanned.
Yes.
You did a terrible thing.
On the plus side, you hit anyways, Rostov. Roll damage.
Yeah, thankfully our shooters are really freaking good shooters.
Thank you. I can
Kill the thing.
Yeah, she is very, very dead. You got a feat point that you can hand up to somebody.
I'm keeping it because I just used one. So
fair enough.
And then I will use my second shot on Blood Tracker 1.
All right.
Killed a thing.
Ow.
Hit again. Roll damage. Probably.
Killed a thing.
Yep.
This time it goes to me.
And then we'll reload one more time and end my turn.
And you're handing out the feat point to Lacer?
Yes.
Okay. Madeline, you're up. Your cloud goes away.
I am still on the measuring tool, which works.
Man, I really wish I made the entry a little bit wider. Oh well. When I made this, I just wasn't thinking. I just didn't think about what I was just not thinking about the enemy I was using when I put the map together. I'm like, hey, I'll put this together, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I'm an idiot. Oh well.
To be fair, they were kind of charging into a situation they knew nothing about internally.
That's perfectly reasonable. On the plus side, you guys should be able to take this pretty easily.
Alright, I'm there. I'm gonna shoot at... it's 30 feet for stealth?
Yes. 30 feet.
Alright. I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at Blood Tracker 3.
Alright.
Miss.
Oh, I do miss. You can feat point reroll, can't you?
You can.
Then I will.
Okay.
And this time I'll remember to add in oh wait, I get +1 because I'm in Rostov's thing.
Then you would have hit, yes.
Yeah.
You think +2 for some reason.
Nope, it's +1.
I keep forgetting to add that in when I'm there. There's my
21.
damage.
You're dead.
Move, feat point.
Woo.
Splat.
Alright, and then a spell cast on Blood Tracker 2, I think. Let me see if that one's in range. Yeah, just about.
Just out.
Just out?
Yep.
Alright, then I'll take out the one
No,
that isn't.
I measured wrong. It's exactly in range. You're lucky.
Okay.
Wow! She is literally 30 feet away from you.
Alright, that's...
Oh, the poor blood tracker. Yeah, that'll hit. Oh, you spent a focus to
Fatigue.
boost. A fatigue to boost. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
Yeah, I'll boost the damage as well.
Okay.
Just to make sure. Oh! My...
Well, she lives.
Barely.
No, she does exactly. Never mind. It's 18. I misread that.
Wow, that was wow.
I know. I looked at it. I saw the
just barely.
I looked at the 12, and not the 18. It's like 12. She takes a point. Oh no. No. That's exactly enough damage to drop her.
Alright, that's another feat point. Let's do another quick measure out.
I could realistically send more of them in, so.
I'm gonna use this feat point and cast another spell. This one will require... Oh wait, I ended with more fatigue, so I have to roll 2d6 there. Oh!
You're done.
Oh! Yep, I'm done. I can't spell spells now.
You're done. Lacera, you're up.
Alrighty. Moving up to here, and this is going to be a charge.
I'm shocked.
I think this is about the right angle I'm looking for here.
That's fine. Good enough.
Yeah. Alright, and I am going
I'm
to...
sensing Cutlass plus Focus to boost.
Yep. Yeah, boosting the attack roll, because I'm going to try and finally get somewhere with this damn slam.
Hoping for you.
Alrighty, and this is boosted, so this is 4 dice?
No, it's 3 on the 3 dice.
Charged. Boost charge, so 4, yes?
3.
3, okay.
Charge damage is auto-boosted.
Okay. Alright, and I am within Rostov's regular irregularity. And weapon. So, yeah, that should be an 8. Confound it!
Yeah, but you hit. And she's probably going to die.
Yes. Not gonna boost this because I.
Well, it's auto boosted. It's auto boosted.
Yeah.
You can't spend anything to boost on the chart.
Yeah.
So roll damage.
Oh god.
Splorch.
Yeah. Dead.
Do the Gibbs go flying back?
No. All right. That's it for you.
Oh, good times.
Unless you want to do something else, Word. I mean, technically you could cast a spell if you want.
These ones are way too dodgy. Like attempting to cast or shoot at them would just be a waste of effort.
For you, yes.
In reserves.
All right, Caliph.
Geez, so many options, so many ways to kill these people. Okay, first things first. Gonna 2-fist this, so that I'll make sure that I get. Yep, they're all in range. There's that side, Peter. Don't worry.
Oh no, they're dead.
Indeed, they are.
Finish them.
That was helpful.
The first attack will be an accurate trick shot against number 4.
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked too. I'll be honest. I didn't think I was going to do that, and then I just decided it. It was amazing.
Yeah, roll the hit. Maybe you'll roll triple ones.
Maybe
You
I'll.
didn't.
Well,
Maybe you'll crit instead.
Well, crit doesn't do anything realistically other than get a feat point I didn't need back. Well, that's right. I did the twin shot. So yeah. Anyway, okay. Let's see what the damage does because
Which one is this on?
Number 4.
Okay.
18.
She's dead.
Okay, and then the number 6 now is getting attacked with the same bullet.
You just shot it right through her and into the other one. So roll damage. Roll
Yes.
dead.
That's gonna be is a hit,
Roll damage.
and do regular damage.
You have to roll slightly above average. You have to roll average to kill her. So yeah, she's dead. Like literally, Skitch's average damage roll drops them.
And then the other the other pistol, even though it's a blast, whatever.
You don't have to turn the blast on if you don't want to. It doesn't matter.
I don't
either
have
way,
to. I'm
but-
just gonna shoot the other one with a regular pistol.
Yeah.
So, bang!
You miss.
Yes.
I miss. Oh no! I'm gonna spend a few points to re-roll that.
Who the hell didn't see that coming?
They live to do something.
Yes. Go ahead, Gil. You deserved it. Me missing twice.
All right. Well. All right. She's going to.
Charge me.
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
What I should have done last turn was declare somebody their prey. But
Oh, look who's her prey now.
Gee, I wonder who's prey now.
all right, and yeah, she is going to do her ambuscade thing. Charge. She comes running in. She's not charging
No.
because she can't do her ambuscade thing. So when she comes in, hurls a javelin at you as she's coming in.
Oh, goody.
So she's going to do that and attack you in melee.
Okay.
All right.
First
so
attack.
She gets bonuses to hit when she's doing this because she's declared you her prey.
Yep.
Hit.
That matches. Yep, that doesn't. Unless wait, don't you give granted armor bonus, or you're not doing that?
It's an armor bonus.
I give you armor, not dodge.
Yeah. So my defense is 14. That is a hit.
The damage roll is boosted.
Of course it is.
Well, your defense is your armor's boosted, so.
Ow!
Oh dear.
I don't think it's going to do much good. All right, let's see there. That's
You're at armor 14.
armor
So that's
14.
11.
All right.
You
I'm
may
gonna
want to
drop
heroic dodge that.
I'm
Just
going to
saying.
rock that down to a
Yes,
Down to
maybe.
6.
to a 6, maybe. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see what happens.
Maybe you
To
won't
your
get.
2. That's actually a good number for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
In fact, all it does is it just took out my agility.
It starts in your body.
I know it went from
Yeah,
my
and then it
physique
leaked
all the way
over.
down, and that takes my physique takes 3, and then the other 3 goes straight to agility.
Right, and your agility is 3 exactly. Is your agility 3? Oh, your agility is 3. Okay.
It's
You're
Oh.
yes, you're at -2 to attack rolls.
oh no!
All right. Well, now she gets her melee attack.
Yes,
She attacks you with her claw thingy.
and misses.
All right. She's done.
She certainly is.
I'm sensing Rook coming up to do awful murder things.
Hey Rook,
When he gets back in,
threw a spear at the person that makes your cigars. They're also really good, apparently.
Eric?
he just disconnected and reconnected.
Ah, okay.
Even on Google Hangouts, he derps like he
Yeah,
does on
I just
Skype.
saw. Yeah, that was his connection hiccuping. It looks like.
Hello.
You hear us, Eric? Oh, he's currently muted.
Yeah.
You're currently muted, Eric. You may want to unmute yourself in Google Hangout.
I think it's
Stupid
There it is.
hangout!
It starts with you muted because you know you may not want to.
You might not want to talk in an audio conversation you set up.
Yeah.
Right.
It wants to give you like 15 seconds to make sure
Have you reconnected to
really want to be in this.
Yeah, no, it dropped me from Hangout for I don't know why. And then it
Your turn.
reconnected me, I was muted, because I hate this machine. Well, not the machine itself. The machine's good. The program is terrible.
Sure, it's always a program.
Anyways, it's your turn, Eric.
Feet
Caleb's
for
just,
Vendetta on 7. Charge.
oh, right, yeah.
5 times 30 is... Or... Blah.
5 times 30 is 150.
I can't charge. I can only charge 30 feet.
You're charging.
No.
Don't forget the plus three.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So that's
Yeah, I'm there.
48.
48.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm sensing halberd. I'm sensing halberd time.
Reach. Yeah, I'm squish.
Yeah,
I'm
basically
ducking.
Stop.
duck.
Albert time.
Yeah, you. Oh dear lord. Bye bye.
Did Rook even roll bad enough that he doesn't kill them?
Nope.
For the record, yes, but it is not good. Not good odds.
All right. Well, you have dealt with the Tharn.
It's okay, guys. I got it.
I think you overkilled her with more than twice her life max.
You did.
I take that extra damage. I use it to heal Caliph.
Well, Caliph, you guys can take a short rest, so Caliph, you can heal your physique back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what I should do with the agility.
Yo.
Let's see here. Well, I have 5 physique, so I'll just leave that 1 mark off on the physique because that will be fine for now.
All right. So while you guys are all sort of going, okay, phew, that was all great. You hear a. You don't. You all hear sort of almost like a thunderclap.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's not a good sound.
It's a great sound. What are you talking about?
Did it come from the east?
Yes.
Do we hear someone screaming in agony while their face
No,
being
you hear
melted
someone exulting and like, yes, it is it. And you notice that Brother Galinari has turned around and is holding up a box, which is glowing with a nimbus of sort of just pale white light. I found it. This is definitively what we came here for.
Good. Let's leave.
And then you all hear a faint rumbling noise, and the floor starts to shake.
Let's leave now.
Good job, Doctor. Let us leave now.
Yes, we should probably get moving. And the running commences as the ceiling starts collapsing behind you guys. Because it's a load-bearing artifact.
Watch out, folks! That artifact's holding up the entire building.
Hey, Caliph.
What?
This is said out of character. Race to the exit. Bye.
My agility just got crippled.
All right, so you guys are booking it out. Okay, so what I need to know are everyone. What I want everybody to do, because I hadn't decided on a mechanic for this, but I like this one. What I need everybody to roll is I want you all to make a speed stat check.
I'm good at this.
Fuck.
And Eric, roll for Lugnut.
Well, it's okay. We both have the same speed.
I know, but you have to roll individually for each of you.
So,
I'm going to assume that we can't feat boost this.
You cannot feat boost this. No, I want a straight stat roll.
Oh, that's not good.
Wow,
Better than
that's
Rook, at
terrible.
least.
That's really terrible.
Come on, then. Let's go. Bye.
Alright, so I rolled a 9, and Lugnut rolls.
A 7.
I think it's really appropriate that I'm right behind Rostov.
Lugnut's like running through, barreling through the walls.
All right, so you guys
Albert gets caught in doorways.
Exactly, Eric. Lugnut basically, Lugnut occasionally gets into areas which are a bit too tight for him, but then barrels through them because Steamjack.
That breaks through all the obstacles that get in our way.
You hear a scream from behind you as one of Brother Galinari's assistants gets crushed by some falling boulders.
Well, he didn't have a name, so that's okay.
Exactly.
He also didn't have a token.
Nope.
That's how we know he was an important character for this story arc.
Eric, as you guys are getting to the doorway, you are the last one out because you rolled slowest.
Wait, actually, I just had an idea, and I'm going to cast Boundless Charge on Rook to speed him up.
Okay, that's fine.
And so I'm the last one out now.
You notice he's lagging behind and do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. In which case, Rook, nothing bad happens to you. You actually, at the last minute, you feel a surge of speed come over you, which you felt before when she's cast Boundless Charge on you before. And you make it out the door of the thing
just as it collapses in behind you. You feel a few sort of rocks ping off your back as you come off the back of your armor as you step outside.
Whew. All right.
That was close.
I didn't know the steam jet could move that fast.
Yeah, Lugnut is standing outside, sort of, Eric, you swear it looks the Lugnut looks a little bit smug. You're not sure how the steam jet can look smug, but he's doing it.
No, I can tell you exactly how he's doing it. The steam is
I
coming
pat
out.
Lysair in the back. Good job. And I look at Lugnut and I shake my finger at him. I was like, "Don't you fucking give me that look."
I can tell you exactly how it looks smug. The steam isn't coming out the back. It's coming through the teeth analog.
I don't want to see that smog-eating grin of yours.
That's...
That's a quote to end on, even though it's totally not in character. That'd be what Rook says.
Yeah. I don't want to see that smog looking.
The sketch, I only got one thing to say to that.
What?
Wrong one.
I knew you were going to do that.
There we go.
Hey, you know what? There's worse things I could have said.
Yes, there are. Don't say that.
That was probably the best joke I could make out of that situation.
At any rate, I'm going to turn off the effects.
We almost made a whole thing in Google Hangouts without reverting to these stupid sound effects.
They're amazing. What are you talking about?
Alright, so you have made it outside. It is early evening when you get outside. The sun is setting.
You went a little quiet.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost as though the auto adjust started working on this.
Oh god fucking damn it.
The whole happens when you use the sound effects.
Am I still quiet for you guys?
You are barely audible, honestly.
Oh,
I can hear him really well, but I think I have my volumes really high.
give me
Considering
1
it's
second.
you, that wouldn't surprise me.
My headphones are on and my headphones are loud.
Wrong. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for.
What the? Okay, map tools, you absolutely,
Testing. Okay, it's that.
positively, something's wrong here.
Alright, how am I sounding right now?
Still quiet right now for me.
Still quiet. What the hell? My mic level hasn't changed.
Huh.
How about now?
You're
Really
still
better?
quiet, man.
What the
I was trying to think of what could also address it, if anything.
Alright, how about now? Anything?
You're
not-
still really quiet. No changes, man.
People listening to the stream, what does it sound like? I'm curious about that. 'Cause it
I'm
should
actually
be the
curious
same.
about that as well.
Alright,
It should be the same, but every time I put my a program on that for me that runs off my mic, it always changes its settings in all over the programs.
Alright, I'm going to try hanging up and coming back in.
Okay.
This is very odd.
Because Eric rolled terribly.
I rolled so very badly. My speed is the
All right.
slowest in the group.
Yeah. Whereas mine is maximum. I literally will never be faster than I am because max is 7, period.
I can have a max of 8.
Uh,
I think actually my max might be 9.
I also want to... Yeah, there we are. Okay, now it just muted him.
Alright,
And...
how about now?
Yay!
And am I sounding normal?
Yes.
Okay, so I just had to disconnect.
I would say just don't turn on the sound effects. That
Yeah,
might be
nope,
fun.
not doing that again.
Yeah.
Screw that!
Yep, sound effects are banned.
Stupid Google Hangout. Alright, before we go any further, Nick, how long do you got?
We got about 10 minutes.
Okay, good. I was timing this about right then. Beautiful. So, you guys emerge, and you are all victorious. You're happy. You've got your thing. Brother Galinari is looking at it at the box adoringly. He's very happy with it. He seems a little. He doesn't seem to be noticed very much what's else is going on because he's found the thing he's been looking for. However, you all do notice a couple of things. The Trollkin seem to be moving. A lot of the Trollkin warriors seem to be moving about very quickly, as if there's something big is happening.
Well, we did just get attacked, so.
Well, yes, yeah, and you sort of hear the sounds of what battle being joined, and you can hear sort of the screams and cries of the various Tharn and various gribbly monsters you fought off in the distance. However, you all also hear a different familiar sound. The sound of steam engine and heavy metal footsteps coming towards you.
Oh, wait.
As a small group of Khadorans come streaming out of the forest on the side that's not anywhere near the battle.
Oh my!
And you see, a couple of you see at least one Jack. This one is carrying a pair of axes.
Ah.
I haven't decided if there are going to be 2 Jacks. Yeah, I have to work out the actual encounter for this, and that'll be next session.
4 stacks instead of 6.
What?
4 stacks instead of 6 on
Yes.
its back. Yeah.
I'm not throwing. While I'm throwing Khadoran Jacks at you, I'm not going to throw a Juggernaut at you again.
I would have gone with the Kodiak, because that would have really fucked us up.
I'm not trying to just flat out kill you guys, Eric.
Eric, we all know that you're a very capricious and not at all malicious GM at all.
But yes, there are either 1 or 2 Jacks. I haven't decided yet, so we'll get to that next session. On top of that, there are a small group of Khadoran soldiery types, including 1 or 2 with a pair of axes each.
Ah, geez, manhunters.
Uh-huh.
They will kill us.
The rest of us who
and someone who's very clearly Nick Rostov, one of them is very clearly a Grey Lord. And he basically says, Brother Galinari, I see you have recovered the artifact. Wonderful.
It belongs in the museum.
Sadly, I am here to take it into the proper hands, the hands of Mother Khador.
This is getting way too Indiana Jones for us. Why don't we just put this in Cutter on a train or something?
I should have fucking killed that druid.
And
You give me the idol, I give you the whip.
And that is where we're going to wrap up.
I'm just gonna mutter something horrible about that druid and sheer.
No, this is where the multiple factions all gunning for the same thing are encountering things at the same time.
So we know the best and most noble thing to do is run.
We'll decide what happens next time.
We'll hide out at the pub and wait for this whole thing to blow over.
Good luck with that.
We can all do karaoke.
Anyways, guys, thanks everyone for who's watching the game. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll wrap up the recording, and we'll be back probably next week with the next session. Woo!
Yay.
Hopefully we'll be back on schedule going forward.
Yay.
My tabletop withdrawals.
See you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.